This is the plaintiff, John Clark. He says he and the defendant were in a band called Stiff Kitty. He played the keyboards, and the defendant was the lead singer. They played a gig one night. The defendant collected the money and is stiffing him on his share, and that's just not fair. The judge needs to teach the defendant a lesson. He's suing for the $100 he's owed and expects to get a judgment in his favor today. This is the defendant, Chad Nichols II. He says the plaintiff unceremoniously quit the band and also canceled a gig they had at an Oktoberfest celebration. Since he abruptly canceled that show, not only doesn't he owe the plaintiff the $100, the guy owes him and the rest of the band because he acted like a spoiled child. He's accused of letting the music fade. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $700, the money lost on the canceled Oktoberfest.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. These litigants were in a band called Stiff Kitty, and true to form, the plaintiff says the defendant stiffed him. But the defendant says the plaintiff quit the band and screwed the band over. It's the case of stiffing the kitty.
Thank you, Douglas. John Clark, you are suing Chad Nichols for $100 that you say he owes you for a gig that you did and he hasn't paid you. You're counterclaiming $700 for a gig that he canceled on you. Okay. You folks were in a band?
Yes. We
What
were
kind
in
of
a
band?
five-piece band, a rock band. We covered 80s tunes. We played bars, special events, festivals, that sort
How
of
long,
thing.
what's the name of the band?
Stiff Kitty.
Indeed. Okay, Stiff Kitty. All right, and how long were you in the band?
About 4 years.
Is that the inception of Stiff Kitty, or no, it was there before
No,
you?
I don't believe any of us were original members. We've all come along later.
Okay, so how long has Stiff Kitty been around?
Probably about 6 years or so.
All right, so what was your role in the band?
A keyboard player and background singer.
And what is your role in the band?
Lead vocalist.
Is there a band manager?
That's me.
Is that accurate?
I wouldn't say he's a manager.
Who would schedule gigs?
He would schedule most of them. I would schedule some. If someone came up with an idea for a gig, we all pitched in. There was really no leader, no manager.
Like what percentage did you schedule? What percentage did he schedule?
Oh, I would say 90%, 10%. I didn't do very many at all.
So 90% of the time, he's the guy getting the gigs. Yes. All right. So now, talk to me. What happened that you were owed $100?
On Saturday, August 8th, we were scheduled to perform a gig at a club in town, a nightclub. The five of us were to receive $500 at the end of that gig. Chad went to the bartender or a bar manager to get our pay. He came back and said they didn't have a full $500 in cash. Instead, they had to give us cash in a check for the balance. He asked me if I would be willing to wait about receiving my $100 payment so that
until
he could
the check cleared?
Yes, was able to pay me. In the meantime, he would be able to give cash to the others.
Okay.
I said, that's fine.
How many people were in the band?
5.
Okay.
So the next day, I gave Chad a call about some serious band matters that I'm sure we'll get into in a minute. And at the end of that conversation, I thought, well, I should have just asked him to mail me that check. So he continued the conversation that we had had on the phone by text. So I texted Chad and I said, Chad, would you mind sending me that check? He said yes. 2.5 weeks later, I had not heard from Chad, called him, left a voicemail message. He didn't respond. I sent him a text message and I said, Chad, can I assume that my $100 is in the mail? He said right back, no, you cannot assume that, and basically you won't be getting that money.
And why was that?
He gave 2 reasons. The first reason was that I had canceled an upcoming gig.
Had you?
Yes, I had. An Oktoberfest gig. Then
okay,
he said,
and why had you canceled it?
The band had been going through some difficult times. We were not very good, quite honestly. We had had a lot of turnover. We had a fill-in drummer, a brand new guitarist, a bass player who was relatively new and not up to speed, and I just didn't feel that we were going to be able to give the performance we needed to. So I canceled.
Did you quit the band and you skipped that part?
I did quit the band. I was telling
when
you
did you quit the band?
I quit the band that Sunday. I'd been giving this some serious thought.
So you quit the band the day after the gig that we're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, so that's the band matters that you were talking about? You said, I quit, and then after you quit, you canceled a performance of the band you were no longer a member of.
No, I actually canceled the gig before I quit.
Speaking for the band, you canceled a gig when you were quitting that day.
Speaking for myself, the entertainment director for the Oktoberfest was a personal friend of mine. Quite honestly, we didn't get the gig because of our talent. We got it because I was a friend of the entertainment director. Chad could have gone to the entertainment director himself and said, John did this on his own. He never did that, as far as I know. And like I said...
So let me talk to you, Chad.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, basically, a lot of that the same, but the next, in the morning he called. He's like, Chad, I got to talk to you. He's like, I've decided to leave the band, and by the way, I canceled the Oktoberfest gig.
And then you said to him...
I said, you can't do that. I mean, that's a band decision. That's something that we have to speak of. Everybody has to come to an agreement. That's not like that.
Did you have a signed contract?
Yes.
Oh, you had a signed contract for Oktoberfest?
Yes.
May I see it?
I don't have it.
Who has it?
He has it.
Can I see it?
Yes, of course.
So tell me about how was this money supposed to be? It's $700 in this contract. How is this money supposed to be distributed?
That would have been distributed equally as well among the 5 members for about, $140 apiece.
Okay. Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
Your Honor, so I don't understand why the countersuit is for $700. He would have been receiving no more than $140 if we had played the gig.
Because and I have statements from the other band members. I plan on paying them. If this goes my way, I'm going to pay them their fee
Let me
for
see
that.
the statements.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've got to bring in Stiff Kitty to the lawsuit. Because otherwise, Stiff Kitty could go out and sue you. Don't you? You want to get everything resolved today, right, and never have anything to do with this anymore?
Your Honor, I have not seen these statements from the other
They
band
just
members.
say, I expected to get paid.
Oh, okay.
You want to see them? You can see them. I mean, they just say,
No, I understand.
yeah, I want my 140
understand.
bucks.
So, I'm sorry, what is the question before me?
So the question is just, you raise a very good legal point. You say, why would he have a right to sue for the other guys?
Mm-hmm.
And in his individual capacity as Chad Nichols, which is the only person you sued and the only person who filed a counterclaim against you, you would be correct. He would only have a right to sue for his $140. But I believe that he should amend the lawsuit to include Stiff Kitty, that him on behalf of Stiff Kitty as well, because then all of this gets taken care of here today at People's Court.
Actually, Your Honor, I would prefer to keep it between the defendant and myself.
So why do you think so many bands, even the Beatles, bands have bad breakups?
It's because they sleep with each other.
I don't know about that. Why do you think?
I don't know. I think it's like about a girl or about a guy.
It has been about a girl. It was with the Beatles with Yoko Ono.
It was.
Okay, anybody else? Any opinions?
They might take credit. Maybe one person.
Oh my God, I think that's the absolute reason. Good job going inside the courtroom.
So here's where we are. The man is owed his $100, but you feel that you don't have to pay it to him because he owes you more than that.
Correct.
Because you feel he had no right to cancel the Oktoberfest gig.
Right. In the past, that's always been a commutative decision to agree on dates and also a commutative decision to cancel them.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
Don't argue with each other. You guys are missing the point. The point is you can't speak for a band that you plan to quit. You don't have a right to speak for a band that you plan to quit, okay? And so you end up canceling something that you don't have a right to cancel, and then you're suing for your 100. You're entitled to your 100, but that's gonna be deducted from the amount that I believe that you owe him. So on your lawsuit against him, yes, $100 for you. And in your lawsuit against him, $140 for you. Net judgment in your favor of $40. Good luck, folks. And I guess these other fellows can go ahead and sue themselves.
All right, so what do you think of this decision here, this outcome?
Well, I knew I would win my suit against him.
Yeah,
There
you
was
were 100.
no doubt about that. On the other one, I knew it was kind of shaky, but I still felt that I had the authority to cancel a gig just as he and other members had the authority in the past.
Found out otherwise. So are you still in the business of, you still rocking and rolling, or are you moved on?
I'm looking for a band right now.
All right, good luck with everything. Head right down this way. Follow Officer McIntosh.
Thank you.
All right. All right, so step on out here and, well, you got a little bit of what you sued for, 140, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You satisfied with this?
I am. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, when it's booked for a band, you don't represent the band if you quit. So, and that was my point to him from the get-go.
Stiff Kitty.
Stiff Kitty.
Meaning, what was it? Where'd you get that name from?
Drew it out of a hat. Just somebody came up with it even before I was in the band. It's just a fun name. 80s rock and roll.
All right, and so how often do people ask you if it goes up to, your amps go up to 11?
Pretty much every gig, and you know, selfies and all that good stuff too.
You know what we're referring to there, right?
Absolutely.
Tell them.
Rock and roll.
This is Spinal Tap.
This is Spinal Tap.
Right.
Okay.
You got it? Got it now?
I do.
Harvey?
I got to say, the plaintiff really acted in bad faith here by quitting the band and even canceling a gig as kind of a parting gift. Now we'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.